explain it to him so he can have next steps.
Got it. He's very easy to get along with.
Brian?
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, we are live. Just need our board. What the heck? That's not good.
Welcome and thank you for choosing. If you are the host, press star now. Otherwise, please wait and you will be joined into the conference. Please announce yourself.
Brian?
Hello, anybody there?
Yeah, hi Brian, it's Christine. I'm just waiting for them to get
Quiet?
in. Yeah, it is
Okay.
quiet because nobody's in here yet.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Few
But
minutes.
you're here, or not here, so.
Yeah.
While we're waiting for them, Christine, the section that correctly only sent a picture of the water meter there, the SPCA.
What's that?
That picture I got, they put the water meter at the SPCA, that cracks me up.
Yeah, I know. They have the wrong, we may be able to just get the top piece. I don't know. I have to see.
Yeah, I'll have to call tomorrow, okay.
Yeah. All right. We are live streaming, just so you know.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know why they haven't come out yet, so.
Oh, sure. There's my dog barking, okay.
Didn't hear her.
All right, good.
Is that Brian Swazo of Brian Swazo fame?
It is. That's who it is.
Hi Brian, it's
Hey.
Kyle.
That's Kyle.
Good evening.
Good evening. That reminded me of the thing I needed to do.
What?
Brian Spazzo an email.
Oh. Not enough hours.
Unfortunately. Are we live?
We are. We're late. Oh.
Remind you, we have to get together after the meeting for a couple of things.
Yes, yes. Yep, he's locking, having fun locking the door. What? Oh, my.
No.
All right, sorry for our delay. All right, so welcome to the Pawling Joint Sewer Commission on March 13th. If everyone could join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hopefully everyone had an opportunity to read the minutes. Can I get a motion for the minutes for February 13th minutes?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oops, if I open my pen. Can I get a motion to approve the February treasurer's report as presented?
I'll make that motion.
Did you say, Corinne, did you say something?
I said second.
Oh, second, okay. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, I will make a motion to approve the February vouchers as presented in the amount of $78,419.66.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I'll make a motion to transfer $78,419.66 from O&M account to the checking account to pay the February bills.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Reference 1125 and 1225. Synagro. Synagro is going up. All right. So we have, an 18 to 20% increase?
18 to 26.
26% increase per ton.
Well, right now it's at $47.30 higher than what we've been paying per ton. That's what it's going to be.
Okay. And per load, we're seeing an increase of $115.51.
Well, that's a no-load charge.
Oh, that's a no-load charge, yep, now I can read.
If we go below the 18% solids, we're gonna be looking at 245 a wet ton. So we have to keep our solids up.
At 18% or higher.
Correct.
And then 12.25,
This is the amendment.
that reflects what we just read.
Basically, yes, it's a 3-year contract that you're signing.
And how many years was the previous or current one?
We were in a 3-year,
We were in a 3-year?
yeah,
So we're doing another 3.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, the agreement was 2022. So this takes us to February 2028. And then in lieu of a CPI adjustment, pricing is effective through March 1st. So, did we miss that opportunity? In lieu of a
No.
March 1st CPI.
I spoke with Patty from Cinegro. She knew that we were having our meeting tonight.
So she's okay with, okay,
Yeah.
all right, great. Anybody have any questions regarding this?
We don't really have a choice, do we?
No.
This is the only one, right? Yeah, we don't have a choice.
Kind of over a barrel here.
Yeah.
I have priced other places
Yeah.
and, I mean, it's
It's not
not hard
worth
to
it.
even find places that
Yeah.
will take it.
Right.
so.
I actually met with Pat when she was here, and she's quite a character and extremely knowledgeable. Things I don't even, like, I wouldn't even thought about. When they take our solids, there's numerous plants, they can go to different plants. Days of operation, sometimes they close, so she has to shuffle our stuff around, you know, to get it accepted at these different places, so.
And these rates are locked in for 3 years, is that, or do they adjust?
No,
No, because I thought it said they could adjust.
They
Yeah.
do adjust, you know, CPI rate.
Also, if our cakes aren't,
Yeah.
the percentage isn't there, we get charged, and so there's variables to it, but again, I don't know what our option would be,
Right, we don't have
so,
much of an option.
yeah. So, I'm all right to, I guess, go forward with these. Anybody have any other questions or concerns, or?
There are no other options, no.
There's other places, but again, you know, they're places in Rhode Island, so now you're looking at further hauling, so you're gonna wind up paying
Bit
more
of
for
difference in
hauling,
gas.
Fuel,
You know, so it kind of goes like that, and this one's the closest that we have to us. There was one other name that Les from H2O gave me just the other day, who I did try to call, but I haven't been able to get through to anybody to find out, and that's more of a, they haul liquid though, so I don't know how that would work for us, honestly.
Yeah, it's different.
If something were to change, is there an out if we wanted to, if we gave them
Yeah.
6 months' notice or 3 months' notice, or are we locked in for 3 years no matter what? Sorry, I didn't read all of it. I know some of our things we have down, we do a 3-year contract, but just give us 3 months or, you know.
Okay, so it says you can extend it under mutual agreement.
And obviously, you've used them for many years, correct?
Yes.
This talks about, I'm sorry, this talks about if you don't, on page, there's paragraph 5, and then 3, price and adjustments. Talks about adjusting the prices in subparagraph 3B. In the event the customer does not agree to the adjusted price, then within 30 days after receipt of said notice, you can terminate the agreement.
Okay.
But it doesn't, alleviate from what you owe at that time.
Sure.
Right, so,
So that's
But
your out.
we
we
could get out.
could, so with a 30-day written notice, we can. So,
Would we be able to find another provider in 30 days?
well, no, what I think I would be, I think what you were implying and what I'm gonna clarify is that if Christine gets a hold of this other company and somehow we find another one, we could say,
Yeah, if something changed 6 months from now or a year from now, we wouldn't be locked in for 3 years.
right, we could pull the hatch, so, okay. All right,
I'll make a motion that we approve the contract with Synergy.
so we have two, do we have to approve the pricing, or is that just for our knowledge? So,
That's just for
all
your-
right, so,
I'm sorry,
okay,
you're
no,
right.
you've got it right, you've
Yeah,
got it right.
we'll have to.
All right, so I'll second that. Any other discussion?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, reference 13.25, this is a quote for a pump replacement for Castagna Pump Station and quote for hydraulic kit. Brian can talk to that. Brian, can you talk to that?
I can talk to that. So you have two pumps down at the Castagna pump station. It's 100% redundancy, so each pump is supposed to take, handle the flow demands, right, of the incoming wastewater. The pumps, we did confirm with a flow meter and multiple pressure gauges that the pumps are just kind of falling behind in performance, right? I don't know exactly how old they are, guys. I don't know if they're 7 years old, 10 years old, maybe somewhere in the middle. They're older. They are a grinder pump. The impellers are wearing out, so the tolerances are increasing, and you're getting less flow and less head out of them. What we looked at doing, the one, and I forgot, there's pump 1 and 2. I think 2 is the one that's making noise, so that one's got a noisy bearing or some other issue with it, and it is older. So what I recommended we do is at least purchase the hydraulic end, and that's a new impeller, a plate, and I think maybe a seal or something. Replace that on the good pump, see if the performance is restored. Then if it is restored, I'd buy a whole new pump for the other one, because I think that one's pretty shot, and maybe it'll be rebuilt, but it's going to be expensive to rebuild it. So I kind of recommend that you buy the hydraulic kit for the one for, I don't know, break from you, whatever, $800 or something like that.
Yep.
Try that. Then, because they did have those in stock, and I think the pump is in stock as well. Get it installed, see if it brings life back to these pumps. Then if it does, I purchase another whole new pump.
So,
That's my recommendation.
so we're just gonna go with the 787 for the kit, and we're gonna hold off on the pump for the 6348?
Correct. That's what I would do for now.
We're
yeah.
just
'Cause I'd
gonna-
like to get that in there.
Okay.
If it brings it back, great. We buy the other pump, or I recommend we buy the other pump. If it doesn't, there's something else going on, and we gotta. I just don't want to waste money.
Okay. All right, so we have it together, but we're gonna then, I'm gonna make a motion that we move forward with the hydraulic kit for now. And we know now the pump cost, that we can, once he's installed this hydraulic kit and see how it works, we won't order that pump, so that would probably be on our next agenda, or 2 months out or whatever, that we would then pull the trigger on this pump that's on this
And we can wait for that
estimate.
long.
We can,
We can wait for that.
I mean, we know.
What was
we have
that?
to
Do you
buy a
wait?
pump.
yeah, Brian, do we wait? So we're gonna get the hydraulic kit, we're not ordering the pump right now. How long, are we okay for a month or two before we order the pump?
Yeah, I mean, unless the pump's failing, or I got Kyle there, right? I mean, if the pump's on its last leg, or it's really having an issue, somebody let me know. I mean, it's just they've both been working. It's just
They're
the
not to
flow and head's way
capacity.
down on them. There's not producing.
And
Yeah.
is this when we do this, is this gonna fix the fact that we're having the problem up here by South Street, that we're not pushing, there's not enough force main or something, or is that something separate?
Yeah, when they're not meeting their design capacity, you're not getting the flow or the velocity you're moving this stuff through, and it's turning septic and creating that
It's
stuff. So
turning
yes,
septic
it's all tied together.
by the restaurant by 146 and South. Everybody's complaining about an odor there because it's laying there. It's not enough force to push it.
Right, I was just worried about if the hydraulic pump kit doesn't work.
That's what I'm thinking, that, yeah, right.
We're probably gonna need the pump anyway, so if everybody's all right,
Yeah,
I
does
think
it make a
we move
difference?
forward with a pump and the kit, and we just install it. We get the pump,
Yeah,
it's sitting there, we install the kit, and,
It hopefully works.
yeah, and we have the pump sitting there for when we need it. Is that all right, Brian?
Yeah, because what we have to do, guys, if these pumps, and like I said, I mean, I could be wrong, but I've looked at it in depth. These pumps should be doing a lot more, right?
Yeah.
There's something going on with them. But just in the event it's not, that was on the original design documents for once the newer sewer district was up after a certain phase, they did have the ability to take larger pumps. So those are roughly 6.7 horsepower, I believe, pumps. They had the ability to take a 20 horse pump. The problem is the panel, the controls, the contacts, the wire, nothing sized for larger pumps. So we're kind of, I'd like to really do this. And when I say restore flow, I mean, it should be pumping twice as low that they're pumping. It's not like, oh, it's 5 gallons a minute low or something. They're doing like 25, 30, and they're supposed to be doing, over 60. So, I mean, they're way behind. So I'd say let's try this first.
Okay.
Hopefully it should work.
So if these
but
pumps
let's
were
try it
working at full capacity, we wouldn't be having a problem.
first. Yes.
We wouldn't need the 20 horsepower. If
Not
these were
until
working
a ditch, like, way down the line when other things are brought in.
when phase, whatever.
Because
comes
that's
through.
going to take a major, that's going to take bigger pumps and all new controls. You're talking,
Okay,
could be a $30,000, $40,000 project at plus,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll make a motion to order the pump at the 634860 and the kit, the hydraulic kit for the 787.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, reference 14.25, quote for decant pump, and I will be the first one to say I'm getting very confused with all these pumps, so. The decant pump is for the wastewater treatment plant, correct?
Yes. H2O, put one of their pumps there.
Oh, right,
Um,
okay,
so we do need to.
all right.
You just say the roof was cheaper than mine on that one.
Oh,
So the pump that we had there failed.
We didn't have a pump there. I don't even know why we're doing that, honestly.
So in a brief synopsis, you have 2 digesters there. In an effort to decrease what you have to haul out in solids, you are able to break down the waste in the digesters aerobically using air. Then what you're supposed to do is you turn the air off, you let your solid settle, you pump the clear water out. Now, there are 2 decant arms that will do that without the use of a pump. I am unable to get them to work currently, so what I've had to use is a pump. Further plans include me dropping, at no cost, I'm going to figure out how to do it, dropping one of the digesters and inspecting those arms and figuring out why it's not working, if it's just jetting or not. So for this, it's really just to decant the clear water so that we're not pressing and hauling as much.
okay, all right, that was good, Kyle. I could follow that.
And it's under $1,000.
Correct.
Yeah, all right.
All right, so I'll make a motion to purchase the
Decant pump,
decant pump for $614.
all right.
Second?
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, reference 15.25, quote from Hack. This is a replacement sensor cap kit. Kyle, you want to walk us through that?
Where are we? Yes, replace your sensor cap, okay. At your wastewater plant, you have 3 units. This is an SBR, which is sequence batch reactor. There is the ability to, inside of that, you want to aerate so that we have the optimal conditions for our microbiology. There's the ability in each one of those tanks, and there's one in each tank, that has a DO probe that reads that dissolved oxygen concentration, just like a fish tank, you
Yep.
need the air in there. That reads out to the computer and then scales the blowers up and down based off of what that is. If it's not functioning properly, we don't get the treatment we want, and you waste energy. So that's why we want to get these caps on there, get them replaced and reading accurately. That is typically a yearly maintenance cost.
Item to
Yep.
replace the
Yeah,
caps.
they're a wearable part. Those.
Okay, so we're getting 3 caps for $1,100. How many caps are there? Are we replacing all of them?
I believe
or-
3. We're replacing all 3.
We're replacing all of them, okay. All right. Somebody want to make a motion, or do you want me? I don't want to make all the motions.
I'll make a motion that we buy the caps for
11:01.
1101. I'll second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And you go on here. Reference 16.25, this is a quote from Empire Electrical. This is a gearbox replacement. Is that you, Kyle, or Brian?
Me.
Okay, Kyle, you're up again.
With enthusiasm.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you guys are gonna love me. So, I don't know if you all know me, my name is Kyle Stein, I've been
Sorry.
doing operations for H2O with Rich retiring at this time, leaving us, or I don't know. So I've been spending some time with Rich, going through the plant. I'm doing a deep dive through it myself. One of the items that I found in your grit removal system up at the headworks of the plant, all of the equipment was working except for there's 2 large augers that pull the grit to where we pump it out using the classifier, which removes the grit and puts the water back in. We're still removing grit, so I know the system's working, but it could be better. So when I was looking, I noticed that the motors are turning and everything seemed to be working, but if you look closer, it wasn't actually turning. Well, I found I had actually Rich and one of our mechanics, TJ, who some of you probably met, pulled them apart. I brought them down to Empire just to get them checked out, fully expecting them to just pay that to figure out what is wrong with them. Both of them are gone. The gears inside of them are shot. At some point, it looks like they lost a seal and just went. So that is the cost of replacement brand new for both of them. That's not the end of the saga, because if I do get them, I would like to install them, but likely I will have to clean out the grit screw itself, make sure that the bearings down there are working, because I'm not sure what caused it to fail below the seal until I put it back in the service. So that's a portion of it, but that's the cost from Empire Electrical. That is they've always given me some pretty good prices. I can probably get other prices as well. Grit into those SBRs, into the digesters, into all of that other stuff. That's stuff we want to remove. We don't want it to get in there. So it is something that I'd like to get moving on.
I really prefer to have some comparison.
Okay.
You know, we can say
I don't
we
disagree.
probably are getting a good price, but unless we get other prices, we
Yep.
don't really know. So if we could maybe, is it okay to table this and,
Certainly.
okay, so if we
It's
could,
still removing grit, just not optimally.
it's not optimal,
Yeah.
all right. So that would be my suggestion, is that we table it and get a couple more quotes if we can, or
Yep.
at least one more, so we kind of know.
It's just, yeah, it was just my effort to bring to the attention the need for it.
I don't know how everyone else.
I agree.
No, that's fine.
All right, so I'll make a motion to table this until we get additional quotes.
Okay.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Reference 17.25, email from Commissioner
I get to
Guzzo
talk.
regarding generator.
Did everyone get the
There you
email? Everyone receive it?
go.
I did.
First time I ever sent the commission an email. John, did you get it?
Finally.
Okay, because I printed out hard copies too. So I spoke to both of them. National Standby, the 2 we were talking about, we threw one out because they were much more expensive. National Standby Repairs in Cold Spring, and the Gentech is in New Windsor. After speaking to both of them, as I stated in my email, I recommend we go with Gentech because they were the only one that told me if something goes out, catastrophic hurricane, whatever you want to call it, and we're out and a lot of people are out, they do municipalities first. Where National Standby told me they go by order of who calls. So that really made my decision.
Yeah.
And I asked the lady outright, even though we're a municipality, she said we just go by order in which we call. Also, Gentech is, they don't go to Westchester. They're only Putnam, Rockland, and Dutchess. Putnam, Rockland, Dutchess. They don't go as far as Westchester. National Standby does go to Westchester. And he told me that he has 3 repairmen right in Hopewell that are usually on call. Those are the 3 on call. So I said, that's fantastic. So it works out good.
Response time,
Yeah. So it worked out perfect. And the price difference was minimal, so, you know, a couple $100. And basically, we have the 2 choices, the semi-annual and the annual. We discussed that last time. Well, I think we go for the semi-annual, where they service it once. I don't think they need to service it twice.
Oh, you just said semi.
I'm sorry, semi.
So
yeah.
you want annual,
I want, no,
once a year.
once a year, I want, no, I think semi.
Twice a year.
Twice a year. So for both of them, one does a complete service when they come, and then next time they come, they just look it over and report back to you, do this and
Like a
that.
check.
Yes. The annual one, they serve it twice. That's my understanding.
Really?
Yes.
Those are confusing.
That's it, yeah,
That
it's
is
very
very
confusing,
confusing.
I know.
So the annual services.
That's the way they explained it to me, they come twice. They come once, they service it, they come back again. they
And do
service
another
again.
full service.
Right. In a semi, they don't service it twice. They only service it once, then they just come back and look at it. That's it.
So is it semi-west?
You sure you don't
Yeah,
have
so
those
it's-
mixed?
I don't think so. Yeah, just double check for me, but
So which
I
one
don't-
do we want?
I think we only need them serviced once a year. I don't think you need it serviced
So
twice.
whichever
They
one
don't
you
run that
confirm
much.
is once a year, which I think would be the
Typically, you change
annual.
your oil annually, you know.
Yeah, right, just once a year, I mean.
Yeah, then they do like a 6-month check. But
Exactly,
yeah, filters,
yes.
the fuel
Yeah.
filters, oil, that's typically annually,
Right,
or on an annual basis, yeah.
yeah. Just double check me.
We have a teacher.
Well, I agree, I think you just need the
One.
once a year full service, and then the
Because-
second year, and then the next year, they'll have everything recorded, and they have all their information, and then you really have a very good service. I also like Gentech a lot.
Oh, you do good.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been in business 31 years. They've been around for a
We
while.
use them down in Suffern, we've used them, East Fishkill used them.
Yeah, the guy was very nice.
The response time was always very good.
Yeah,
I
he was
mean,
very
I
nice,
had
yeah.
a plant down, with the flooding 2-3 years ago. I mean, they came down and got us an emergency, got our plant back up and running for us.
Great, good, I'm glad to hear it.
Good, that sounds good.
Do they have monitoring system on the bigger generators that we have? I'm not saying the little ones, but like if I work where they have a 60 kW.
They do have, yeah, we have guys that actually, yeah, they have guys that are actually for Putnam.
No, I'm sorry, they actually, at the place I work for, they have a monitor on it that
Mhm.
reports back, and when it does a test every week, if there's any problems. I
They
know- I know
test
you
every
week. They test.
Every week.
I don't think we have that capability.
Okay.
You'd have to, that's probably in your ATS, the automatic transfer switch,
Yeah,
and that would be, it's something you could. you'd
Could
have to
do, we could
Yeah.
upgrade.
Pay for
to
an
that.
upgrade.
Yeah,
yeah,
but right now you guys are turning
You guys
them
do.
on weekly.
Correct,
right.
yep, every Wednesday.
Okay. All right, so, let's see if I can handle this. So we are, or you make the motion. Arthur, it's your
Well,
baby.
now I'm not sure if semi or
We want
annual,
the
but I was sure they told
annual.
me.
We want the
Once a year.
once a year,
we want.
which is annual. So I think that-
Okay,
or
once a
whatever it
year.
is.
Okay, we're gonna do the annual.
Once a year service
service.
with a 6-month check.
Correct. That's
Gentech.
correct.
Okay, so you're making the motion,
I
I'll
am making the
second.
motion.
I'll
to do the
second.
annual
Any other
service by
discussion?
Gentech.
All- Gentech, yes.
Yes, Gentech.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Arthur, thank you, that was a lot.
Oh,
Yes,
no
that
problem.
was, thank you. And you understand that stuff,
Sorry,
so.
who motion did you second?
Arthur motioned, I seconded.
Can you do a follow-up call and just make sure?
Yeah. I know what he told me. He said, and it made sense to me when he was telling me. He meant semi, they do it once, and then they just come back and look. That's what he told me. So I called that a semi.
We'll figure it out. We know what we want, so we'll figure it out. Okay.
I probably confused them.
Brian, ASPCA? Anything?
Yeah, they're getting ready to start going across the road to the stagnant pump station. I am going to call James Harris here with JMC to see if they're on schedule, but they're moving. I did approve a submittal for all the materials and stuff. You know, the route around the pump station vault there, the valve vault. So they're going to do what we recommended with the clean outs going in both directions. So yeah, as far as I know, we're good. And they've been, I'm getting pictures, inspecting stuff back. They're doing a good job. You know, they're conscientious.
Are they directional boring?
Under the rope, they have to. Yeah, they have to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys have anything that you know of?
No.
Okay. All right. And Shed House, have we heard from them? So they're still hanging in the wind, flapping in the wind? All right, so the ball's in their court to come back with us with dates. We've approved everything for them to move forward. We have the escrow money, and now we're just not getting dates from them, so, okay. Maybe, yeah, okay.
I know it's not on there. I did talk to building inspector Everett White pertaining to the woods, and as of this weekend, they will be 100% full. All 80 units will be full.
Oh, okay.
So they're 100%.
Well, maybe that'll help with the flow coming onto, to East
Yeah.
Main.
Yeah, there's only one apartment that they're moving in this weekend left.
The pumps is what we need for it. Push it forward. Okay. Attorney report, anything?
No reports.
Okay, thank you. Anybody have any questions for the attorney? Okay. Engineers report, Brian, you have anything else?
No, I kind of went through most of the stuff. We did, rather H2O, they set those flow meters back in the manholes there to see if we capture some rain,
And
some flows during the storm we got last week.
did we pull them yet?
So,
I'm hoping to get them tomorrow.
Yeah, I would like to know what we
Yeah,
got.
Brian asked for me to do.
yeah, I'd like to see.
All right, so tomorrow.
We did put one over at the Trinity Pawling there along that. There's two pipes that come in that manhole. There's one along that lower lawn section.
Yep,
The one comes down from the Clue in the dining hall. So we put in that lower lawn one to see what that one was, because they both have quite a bit of clear water coming into them. So
okay. Anything else?
other than that, yeah, no, I guess that's it for now. With the other stuff I already discussed.
All right, anybody have any questions for Brian?
How are things going at the Commons? Are we almost done?
The Commons, I think we're waiting for them to be testing some of the pipes that are on their site. The testing was done for the water pipe in our road and the sewer pipe in our road, so they still needed to do, I think, some testing. You have something to add?
Yeah, I can give you their plan.
You know what, Kyle, because you're also gonna, people that are watching this from home, the mic is up there, so they're probably not hearing you.
The mic's by the
So if
way.
you wouldn't mind joining us at the podium,
I can go to the podium, that's fine.
thank you.
And start all over about everything you just
Just go back. I got it out once. So Pawling Commons has gone well so far. They've been doing everything that Cedarwood's been asking of them, Jonathan and myself, and Brian. They did today. I met with them on site to work the valve to give them some water so they could do their. They did one more pressure test to that one joint where their stuff met what we brought over and tested already. So that passed, and then they chlorinated. They'll be doing the first sample Saturday morning. I'll be out there to visualize that, and then we're doing the second sample Monday morning.
Okay.
So they'll be ready once that's approved
By the health department.
by the health department. They'll be ready as soon as then.
Okay.
And then I'll be, just following up with what else we need to just finish up with on my end.
Okay, and then
Oh, they are also air testing the sewer, I believe,
on their side.
yeah, on their side, between the
'Cause
two
ours is
manholes.
done.
Ours is done,
Right.
yes.
And then I think there was, just to finish it up with a bow, there's still some items that our building inspector still needs them to finish. I think he was going out there today, so I don't know if all of it was taken care of or if there's still some hanging things there, but they're almost there.
Yeah, they are. They're almost there.
Yep, okay, thank you.
Well,
Don't go away.
You're up.
You're up.
okay, my turn.
The operator's report.
Okay.
So if you want to give us a snapshot of the last month?
I have it. I pulled it up. I was making sure I knew what I put in it. Okay, so if you see at the top, we have our sludge loads. I was not happy with the data captured on all of it. I did have one good capture, 1922. I have changed the sheets that are being written down because I need to have more data on those. I've also changed the SOP on how they are doing the solids. I have had a very good success with getting over the 18%, and I look forward to continuing that, especially after the belts were changed last week. Another bit of good news on that end, I did get 2 5-gallon, basically I got another trial version of the polymer that we use to bind it, that if it works is actually cheaper than what we use, and it should work just as well. So I'm hopeful that that'll work, but I'm going to try that as a trial next week.
Okay. You can just give us some highlights, maybe, or?
Yeah, okay, so going down, you do have your total precipitation of 11 inches. Your influent flow total is 7.4. It is broken down by day. Looking at this report for next month, I would like to just give you guys a graph that shows you that flow and correlates to our rainfall. I think that is nice data for you guys to see
Yes.
visually.
Yes, because with our I&I issues, it's nice to see the effect of the
Yeah,
rainfall.
and you'll see it'll be, we got regular flow, then you get rainfall, and then the next day you get the heavier flow, and then it comes down, and then you see how long it takes to come back down. What was our peak flow was, I know with it was in March technically, but with that rainfall the other day, we peaked at 450,000 gallons.
Okay.
So it looks like our top in February was 300, yep, on the 27th,
Do we know how much of
300,790.
a rain event that really was?
Was it inch and a half?
So not a huge rain event.
Not massive, but
but we
definitely,
doubled
Yep.
what we normally
yes.
flow
Yep.
is.
We also have had, so in the summary, if anyone has any questions there, but I'm walking into the tail end of working on improving the effluent quality and efficiency of the plant. Part of that is some of the stuff that we talked about here. There has been a number of odor complaints, of which I'm aware of the problem and the issue. It is due to a plant upset. It is due to basically stagnant tanks as I'm working them to get the air back to where I want them and bring the biology back to life. 2 of my tanks are working
Okay.
in auto and good.
Okay.
The 3rd tank will be dropped, and then I will be cleaning the final post aeration tank. I'm hoping to be doing that by next week.
So how much longer do you think we might be having?
I'm
We are
hopeful
getting
that
complaints.
the odors may be down to a day or 2 that I will be communicating to you before I drop tanks.
Okay,
So that you know, like, okay, listen,
Yeah,
I
when I
expect
get
this
the
to
phone
happen.
calls, yeah.
Yes.
right.
Other than that, I'm hopeful that we don't have the odors, because when it is operating properly, you shouldn't have them.
Okay.
That's simple. I mean, if you have any specific questions as to odors or why, or what we might have been doing, I could probably answer those.
Okay.
I think that's
Yeah, that's kind of it.
that's kind of it right now.
Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah. Yes.
Dan, on the video contact,
Dan Owens did the contactor at Castagna. He did write us up a little report. He actually did find that there was an unbonded neutral there, and he actually got a little shocked when he did it, so I'm glad I didn't try to do it. So he did do that. He did fix that for us as well, and he also noted that one of the pumps didn't sound good. He also thought that possibly it was a bearing. So that's two people that
Okay,
agree with the same thing.
yep, okay. Same diagnostic.
The both pumps there now have been running.
Any other?
The generators have been running. We did change out, replace the pump last Wednesday for Green Lawn Pump Station. So there's two pumps back in there. So now every pump station has two pumps running in it, and all are operating properly.
Great.
All right. Any questions?
Just a question, you mentioned before about the belt test.
Yeah.
The company came down and replaced both belts?
They did last Tuesday, last week.
No issues, everything?
No, everything's good. BDP's a good press. They do a good
And then
job.
weren't we gonna clean those to have as for backup as an emergency?
That was my understanding, yes.
Yeah.
They're still on site.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they're supposed to get cleaned and then be rolled up for backup should we have an emergency.
I believe that's the goal, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna double check with Les just to make sure that
Yeah.
I have the staff doing that the
Okay.
correct way.
Any other questions for Kyle?
No.
Thank you, Kyle.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah, I will just say, just on my part, for any of you, if you do have questions, or you do want to see the plant, or you do want to learn more about it, I love this stuff, so ask me.
You love it, huh?
All right?
You love it.
Hey, someone's got to do it. I've been around it for a while now. I like the blend of science and the blend of plumbing, so if you guys have questions, just please ask.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kyle.
Kyle, if I'm gonna come over there, should I call someone over there? I got a welder friend that's gonna look at putting that ladder in the tank.
Yeah.
We have a ladder.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll
I
give
just
you-
don't wanna show up and you see people.
I'll give you my contact. We are there 7:30 to 4:30, and I've had a double shift just monitoring the plant while we're nursing it to where I
Okay,
want it.
that's fine.
Okay?
Thank you.
No problem.
That was one of the last ones.
I couldn't believe when I seen that ladder.
Like
I'm thinking a ladder and it.
over-engineered.
Yeah,
The
that's way
ladder's
over.
still in the greenhouse, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was way over-engineered.
yeah. I looked at that and I was like, no wonder why. That is crazy.
All right,
Are we adjourning?
chats over here? All right, anybody have any other business? So can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank